Welcome everyone to the virtual LTC series. Today's lineup is Game 2 of LTC, Programming and Communications. My name is Jenna Davis and I am part of the Chapter Relations team here at HFMA. To kick off the conference, we would like to thank our 2020 LTC sponsors, Parallon, Patient, Russell Investments, and Cenex. We are so glad to see so many of our dedicated volunteers here today to join us. Our goal for this virtual LTC conference is to share resources available as you embark on your leadership year in 2020-21. Today, we will be focusing on education programming and communications. Chapter Advancement team members Pete Sable and Marci Malman will lead the discussion with an interactive tool we'll be using to get crowd participation and a short demo of the Education Programming Community Group. Next up at 11:15 is social media, websites, and branding. Hear from your peers as they share their best practices on communications and programs. Then wrapping up the day with Cvent presenting a live demo on Flex, e-marketing, and the Speaker Resource Center. Your participation is requested. There will be live Q&A during the conference, so put your questions in the Q&A pod. We'll also be utilizing the chat pod to share information and tips during sessions and come prepared to play some games. Here's a couple of tips for everybody. If you are viewing a webinar where a screen is being shared and the presenter's video is simultaneously running, you have the ability to change the size of the shared screen and the presenter's video. In the space between the shared screen and the presenter's video, hover over the border of the shared screen. Your cursor will change to a double-sided arrow, allowing to enlarge or reduce the size of your shared screen. Then this will also change the size of the presenter's screen. Let's play ball! And now it's my pleasure to introduce the presenters for this session. Pete Sable, 2020-21 Chapter Advancement Team Chair, and Marci Malman, Chapter Advancement Team Member. Pete, the floor is yours.
Jenna, thank you so much, aka Voice of God. Good morning, this is Pete Sable and Marci Malman from the Chapter Advancement Team coming to you live from the Ballpark Press Box. I am broadcasting from the heart of baseball, Las Vegas, Nevada, and we'll be emceeing games 2 and 3 of the virtual LTC as we turn our focus towards education, programming, and communications.
That's right, Pete. Pete, we hope you all have your game faces on and you are ready to learn a lot and also have a little fun.
Well, Marci, speaking of fun and seeing that this is baseball themed, I've got a joke for you. You ready?
I'm ready.
Okay. How do baseball players stay in touch?
I don't know, Pete. How do they?
They touch base every now and again.
Okay, well, with that, let's start with the fun first. Make sure to share pictures of your LTC watch spot on social media using the hashtag 2020LTC.
Also, we have a fun new interactive tool we're excited to put on display for you today. We'll be using a tool called Mentimeter to ask you a few questions throughout the morning and also play a short trivia coin, because you know everybody likes trivia. Stay tuned for information on how to log in to participate, and like on Oprah, there are prizes.
And now it's time to walk through today's batting order. Leading off will be myself and Pete with lots of participation from the crowd. We'll also hear from Brianna, aka Brivanna, from the Chapter Relations team as she does a demo of the new Education Programming Community Group. Get ready for some fun games.
Stepping up to bat next at 11:15 is none other than my friend and yours, Jason Meyer, sharing information on social media, which I can attest to. He is a subject matter expert, websites, and branding.
Next, we'll take a 30-minute break so everyone has a chance to refresh and grab their peanuts and Cracker Jacks before settling back into their seats at 12:45. Get ready to start the wave as your peers step up to the plate to share best practices. We'll hear from Arizona, Northern California, Colorado, and Region 8.
And after the 7th inning stretch, which will be about 2 to 2:30, you can look forward to a presentation by our crowd pleaser, Cvent. They'll share tips and tricks and take your questions live. They won't be able to stay after for autographs, but I'm sure we can work something out. You can certainly get my autograph, but not on a check.
That's quite the day, Pete.
It sure is. Now let's get started with some audience participation. To participate, grab your phone, tablet, or use your computer to log into menti.com and type the code you see at the top of the screen right now. It's 449096. Then follow along on your screen as we ask questions, and we'll give you guys a minute or so to get all logged in. Do 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 do. Is that Jeopardy? Right?
Not the same game. You can see that Pete didn't go with the baseball theme today, but I did. I'm wearing my Twins hat.
How dare you? I took steroids. No, ooh, too soon. I have been going back to the gym. Gym's opened up in Las Vegas, so I'm happy about that.
Yeah, they did in Montana too.
And the Strip opened. We got a couple of casinos going on, so it was interesting. They did social distancing between the slot machines, and everyone's all masked up. It's different.
Yeah, that's interesting. I'm sure there's been a lot of people missing their gambling action.
Yeah, I went down to the Strip the other day before it opened and took a picture, and it was kind of crazy. I looked like Will Smith in that I Am Legend. There's nobody.
There's like no one.
Nah, that's crazy. Okay, I will start it up, and let's see. How are you doing today? We've got all right, dude, and we're not sure if that's Mary Kate or Ashley. It's probably the one that's not getting divorced. We've got Elsa or Anna or somebody from Frozen, and then we've got my friend and yours, Grumpy Cat. So we'll give you guys a minute or so to plug in some responses. This is a tough one. I don't know about you, Marci,
well, that's
but
good. It looks like we're feeling mostly good this morning.
Yeah, I was gonna say I'm definitely a you got it, dude. Nice. We've got some comments. It's Anna. Okay, thank you. I'm sure my kids will counsel me later on that.
I believe it's pronounced Anna.
Oh, okay. It's like coffee.
Next up, you'll have to sing the Frozen song.
I think I'll be on mute for that one. Hey, Michelle, definitely ready to go. All right. Marci, you're up.
All right. Which image best describes where you wish you were right now? I know my favorite. In Zoom and both Microsoft Teams, you can put a background up, and the beach is my favorite background in Microsoft Teams at work.
Well, Marci, mine would definitely be here, of course.
Oh, yes. Of course. I like that. There's a few that are ready for some baseball.
Yeah.
But mostly people are saying they want to be on the beach. There's a couple that want to be in bed.
A couple that are probably in bed.
Maybe. I mean, we are all working from home, or a lot of us are. So I suppose we can make that possible.
I've been back in the office a couple of times.
How's that gone?
Good. Masks in elevators, no kind of getting together sort of collectively, but, get back to normal. Okay. And this is one where you're just going to add in, and it's going to populate the screen. So what chapter are you guys from? So I see Colorado and Tennessee and Iowa and Oregon. Now I'm going to date myself, Marci, because I'm like 1,000 years old. But there was a show on in New York when I was a kid called The Magic Garden. And people would send in names, and they'd be like, I see Pete, and I see Marci, and I see Jenna. So that's what this reminds me of. That was like 1972.
Yeah. So the thing with the word cloud is that you have to scrunch everything together, because otherwise it separates it into different portions. And so on one thing, I don't even remember what the question was, but I put peanut butter, and then it just showed up as butter. Like that was your favorite. Oh, it was what's your favorite snack during quarantine? And I put peanut butter pretzels, and it just showed up as butter. Started showing up as butter.
Or as I said growing up, butter.
Butter.
Budda.
We got a lot of Oregon. It's coming out big.
Yeah. We've got Tennessee, Colorado, we've got Philly, we've got Puerto Rico, New Hampshire, Vermont, Michigan, Kentucky, Maryland, Western PA, all the faves.
Where's my
are here.
Montana peeps? I'm not seeing Montana. Got the Sunflower chapter, Texas Lone Star.
Got my peeps in Nevada.
What is your volunteer role this year?
Mine's definitely a Kaiser role.
Kaiser. President, program chair, regional exec, sponsorship chair. Oh, past RE. I was like, what is that?
I thought it said pasta.
I was like, what does that say?
I was like, we got some facility in here. That's awesome. All right,
Cool.
Marci, I think we're doing a little too good. They're going to ask us to come back and do this again, I have a feeling.
Oh, we better slow down.
Right?
I also have my softball jersey on because we get to start softball next week
Oh, very cool.
in Montana. So
All right, so how many of these positions have you held, Marci?
let's see. I have been program chair and president-elect and president 3 times. I was also the treasurer before we switched the way that we do our treasurer in Montana. Communications, yep. I did the newsletter for a while when we still had to do a newsletter.
Nice. I went to the
And
bathroom
it'll
and
be
came back.
sponsorship this next year.
I went to the bathroom and came back in a board meeting and found out I was president, so that was cool.
That's how
There's
we
a
like
tip
to
for
do
you
things
kids
too.
out
If you're
there.
not there, yeah,
Don't
if you're not there,
go to
you
the
get elected.
bathroom.
You get voluntold.
Okay, our next question. Is this the first year volunteering with your local chapter? And kudos to big font and easy to read. I like it. And we've got a lot of folks that are both participating as well as in this whole event and responding back. So thank you. So far it looks like...
Yeah, it's looking like most people have been volunteering for a while. But to you new people, welcome. Sorry that you had to start this year as your first year volunteering.
And hopefully
with
the
all
new people...
of the...
Hopefully the new people aren't bots. Isn't that a hacking term? Oh, yeah.
Is that like a thing?
Yeah, I think so. Bots like they auto-populate. I think Tracy does that with her Twitter followers. I think it's, yeah, she pays for that.
She just keeps adding them.
Exactly.
Aren't you funny?
Oh, we got a Cleveland Indians fan. I'm sorry. What are you most looking forward to in the coming year with your HFMA chapter? So we've got education, going back to live events, seeing everyone again, innovation, happy hour. We had our first happy hour in Montana last week. I thought it went pretty well. Well, I was leading it, so that's, there was that. That was probably a downfall for everyone. But.
I do happy hour when I wake up in the morning, and since you've been shaming me.
Oh, there you go. Really? You have to be a Yankees fan, though? Come on.
Yas, Queen. Oh, yeah, how dare you.
It sounds like a lot of people just want to get back, meeting in person. Yeah, I definitely agree. I miss everybody. When you've been in HFMA for a long time, it's hard when you have to miss out on all of your live events for sure. So.
Yeah, definitely a lot of networking, staying active, meeting in person, getting back together live. Totally agree on that. In fact, the last thing that
growing our presence on social media. Jason's going to be on next with social media, so that will be good tips and tricks there.
Yeah.
Hugging Tracy. I want to hug Tracy too.
I'm all in, guys.
All right. The last time we got to hug was in March in Chicago, and then everything went down.
Just before everything went down, as we were planning for this. And I don't know if you recall, Marci, as we're sitting there, all the calls started coming in and saying, "You're quarantined, and you're quarantined, and you're quarantined." It was crazy.
I think I had like 4 flights scheduled that canceled, and they're like with 3 different airlines. So I have credit on like 3 different airlines right now. So. Yeah, we got lots at seeing everyone. We had some certification, quality education. I think that, we can still provide quality education virtually, but I do miss the in-person for sure.
So is this me or you, Marci?
Next question is, what are you most apprehensive of as you look ahead to this year of volunteering?
Yeah.
Value from the sponsors, disconnect.
That's a lot that comes up in a lot of conversations that I've been having too. I think it's unique because I think we have more targeted. And the one thing I will say that my experience through this pandemic has given me in both work and volunteer is how resilient I think we are as an industry. Not only are we on the front lines caring for members, but being very innovative on how to expedite, screening and collections and protections and then ensuring obviously that we're getting paid for it, right?
Yeah, I definitely think the pivots that this industry overall has done have been huge to try to navigate these waters.
Yeah. I'm getting a little concerned with all these Tracy hug things. I don't know if we have to bring HFMA's HR department on here, but
it's possible.
Well, nobody's apprehensive.
Being scared. Yeah, that's definitely something to watch out for. I think being new, especially during this type of thing, hopefully we can give options to reaching out to these new members and new to the board so that they're feeling as involved as possible in these distance.
And check that out. Nada, take control. I like it.
Yeah.
And nobody's apprehensive about my jokes, so that's awesome.
Those will start coming in now. They thought you were only going to tell one.
Go Twins, yes.
Yeah. Woo, I got another Twins fan.
And they just announced our farm hockey team, the Henderson Silver Knights. Excited.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, because we're the Silver State, right?
Mm-hmm.
We were syncing with CVANT. Well, we got them coming up later, so certainly good timing.
I see a lot of sponsor value, so I think that is definitely something that we
Silver
can
Knights, not silver nuts. Knights.
The sponsorship.
How dare you?
We will be having a panel on June 12th to talk about virtual events, and sponsorship will be covered in that session on June 12th.
And hey, Tracy, can you get that person that defamed Nevada hockey and ban them from?
We'll see what we can do, Pete.
No hugs for you.
CVent is the last session 4 at 2:30 it starts, I believe.
Yeah, I think 2 to 2:30 is going to be CVent. By my notes. So how
2 to 2:30 is the break. Your notes are wrong. It's 2:30 that it starts. 2 to 2:30 is the 7th inning stretch.
Good thing I had you on there, right? So how has your chapter been adapting to the current virtual environment for events? It seems like a majority sitting around learning and adapting. Events? What events? Yeah, personally, I am still directly involved in several events that we do in Nevada. So been spending a lot of time trying to create sort of hybrid approaches to have both maybe even expanding out what we've normally done. And from a virtual perspective, the cost component sort of goes down. So we're just waiting to see here in Nevada, what the casinos and meeting rooms, there is kind of talk that we might be getting CES, which is a consumer electronics show, which is huge, huge, huge for our economy. So fingers crossed on that. It was, I think, posted in the RJ, which is our local newspaper, yesterday.
Yeah, I think ensuring that you provide value over a virtual event is something that a lot of people are interested in. I think we can definitely give tips on how to do that. I know that, everybody's providing webinars these days, and there's a lot of virtual fatigue. And so I think ensuring that it's thoughtful and well thought out is definitely an important thing.
But also sort of interesting, as I've been seeing, is the thoughts for chapters on education to be a little bit more nimble, right? So virtual fatigue, sitting in an 8 or 10 hour video conference or putting one on like we're doing, takes a lot of effort out of it, but breaking it into smaller sort of bite-sized morsels seems to be palatable to a lot of folks, myself included.
Yeah, definitely. And I think having that interactive aspect too. When do you predict your chapter will hold a live event? That's our next question up.
Yeah, so
we got a couple for fall.
In Nevada, we're doing a virtual Meet the Board is coming up. So we've got that. We've got a big Nevada Healthcare Forum, big shout out to my Nevada peeps. We're doing that traditionally in the fall. So a lot of work is gone underway for that.
Yeah, in Montana, we're still pushing forward to have a fall event in October. So fingers crossed.
And I want to say not necessarily sort of a chapter event, but I'm pretty sure Tracy said that, Marci, you and I and a couple of select CAT team members were going to go to Maui to sort of scout out for future LTCs.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
He's a giver.
And we have to quarantine when we go there for 2 weeks.
I know, it's
so
going to be
has
rough.
To be a good long time.
Yeah. To share with the boss.
That's funny, Pete.
We'll get to sit on that beach that everybody wanted to go to. That'll be our next live broadcast on June 12th. We'll all be on the beach, but quarantine. I don't know.
Everybody's going to have to be a cat now, Pete. So
yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
Tracy has to get dirt on you, and next thing you know, you're volunteering your life away.
You like it?
Yeah, virtual Meet the Board is a great idea, and I cannot credit myself, so that definitely comes from the Nevada board. And the cool part is you don't need to have a designated driver.
So thank you all for participating and sharing a little bit about yourselves. We truly appreciate the interaction. Keep it coming on the chat and keep the questions coming too.
Great, and now I'm throwing it over to Brianna for a demo of the new education program community group. Peace.
All right. Thank you, guys. So now we will take a look at the newest community group that was created for program chairs and co-chairs. The purpose of this community group is to serve as a connection point for you to collaborate and idea share with your education programming peers from across the country. And you can also interact with the Association Education Committee since they are also group members. And as a reminder, the AEC is the committee that supports chapter leaders in educational programming. So now I will go out to the website so you can see how to log in. All right, so can you see my, hopefully you can see my HFMA screen. So when you go to the website, to get to the community group, first, of course, you go to hfma.org, log in, and then community is an option at the very top. So we'll go ahead and click on that. And that brings up the community homepage. So to get to your groups, you will just click on My Groups. So everyone that is an education chair or co-chair has already been added to the education programming group, committee group. And then everyone else on the call too, you are all a part of the Leadership Connection community group. So that is for all chapter leaders. So whether you're a director, an officer, all chapter leaders would be part of that community group. But we have established this separate one for the education programming group. So this community group, when you log into it, the education programming, you'll first come to the home page where it'll show you anything that has happened recently, whether someone has posted a discussion post or that they've shared something in the library. So as you can see, I'm the only one that's been out here so far, but I'll show you how to, since you can actually post discussions. So this is really meant to be something interactive for all of our program chairs, that you guys can hear from your peers. You know, if you have questions on how others are hosting virtual events, you can go out here and ask people what they're doing. To start a discussion, all you need to do is navigate to that discussion page and click on New. And that will pull up this window here. And you just put in your subject, type in what your question is, what you have to share, and then you just hit post. So it's very easy. And then you can also share links within here. You can share videos, anything that might be applicable. So I'll go back out to the home page for education programming. Another piece that's important is the library. So I have gone in and just added a few folders so that if you guys do want to use the library, you have places that you can kind of categorize things. If you are interested, let's just go into Cvent. There's nothing out here right now, but we'll just navigate to a folder so you can see. The key about adding things to the library is that when something is added, you aren't automatically notified. So in order to be notified via email, so you just get an email telling you something was added to the library, you just go to the settings wheel here, and then you would click Turn Gallery Notifications On. And you do need to do that for each folder. I'll go back to the library. So each folder within the library, you would have to go in and turn notifications on if you are interested in receiving a notification when something is posted to that specific folder. Now, when you are in the discussions page, everyone automatically receives an email when something is posted to the discussions page. So if you don't want to receive emails, then all you need to do is go to the side here where it says Turn Form Notifications Off, and you just click that off. And that means that when someone does post a new discussion post, you will not receive an email.
Brianna?
Yes.
Can you show how you get into the community? Because there's questions coming in. Can I get the path to get into the education programming? So can you show from the beginning? Thank you.
Yep. So I'll go back out to the first page again. So this is the HFMA homepage. So you can see my little icon on the top here. If you've uploaded a picture, your picture would show up. So all you need to do is log in to hfma.org, and then you would just go to community. So community is right here on the top bar. So I just click on community. And as long as I'm out here, I'll also show you new leaders, especially. To get to the Chapter Resource Center, you'd click on Tools and Chapter Resource Center. And that's where a lot of the materials for you as a chapter leader are found. So that's also an important spot. But community, top line here. And that brings up the community homepage. And this, on either the side or the top, you can go to My Groups. And that is where we get to the education programming group. So that is just right here. It's in alphabetical order if you have a lot of groups that you've joined. And that is how you get to the main page. If you are a programming chair and you don't have access, let us know. Reach out to chapter@hfma.org and we can always get you added. We added people based on what was uploaded for people's leadership rosters this year. So if you don't have access, we definitely want to get you access because this is meant to be a resource for all of you. Great question. So I'll also just show you, and this applies to any community group, I'll show you how to modify your notifications. So I showed you when you went to the discussions page, you're automatically, like I mentioned, opted in to receive notifications when someone posts a discussion post. So I went in and turned off my notifications. If I wanted to turn them back on, I just do that there. And like I mentioned, for the library, for all of the folders in the library, you are automatically opted out from notifications. So you need to opt in if you want to receive notifications for the library. However, a great way to receive notifications on a less frequent basis is to get email digest updates. So you can either get them daily or weekly. So I'll show you how to do that. You just go up to the top right where your picture or an icon would be. And then you just click on settings. All right, so email digest is right here at the top. So I'll click on that. And then it displays any group that you're a member of. So you can go ahead and subscribe or not subscribe. So here's the education programming. I'm not subscribed to receive emails right now, but I could subscribe to receive them daily or weekly. So I'll just select weekly. So this means that once a week, I would get one email that just summarizes all the activity that has happened in this group for that week. So for people that don't want to receive immediate notifications, that's a great option. So but you do need to opt out on that discussion page first. So email digest, just once again, up in this corner under settings.
Brianna, is there a way people can request to be added into this community?
Yes. So if you want to just send an email to chapter@hfma.org and we can help you get access. So like I mentioned, we just added people based off of the leadership roles that were entered in for you. So we definitely want to make sure that if you're supposed to have access, that you do have access to this group. And if you're curious ever who the members of a group are, just another line right here at the top, you can click on members and then it shows all the folks that are members, and I could click in and find out what organization someone is from. It doesn't share email information, but you still can connect via this platform with people. All right, so once again, it's under my groups, and you all should also have access to this leadership connection group as well. Are there any other questions that have come in?
So will more group types be added? And
that is a great question.
Yes.
So I think we are very open to creating groups depending on what people feel there is a need for. We have just launched this education programming group this week. So if there is a need, please reach out to us and let us know, because we want to provide tools that you want to use.
Yeah, and the other thing is we will be adding the chapter leadership into your own community for each chapter, and that is scheduled to be launched before the end of this month. We're working on roles and things to populate those, so know that there are other groups that are being worked on currently. Thank you, Brianna.
Yes, absolutely.
How do we see what groups are out there so we can see if you want to join any others? Can you show?
Sure, absolutely. So I'll go back to the community home. And you can go to all groups, and that will show you which groups are available for joining. And this only shows public groups. So if there's a private group, it won't be displayed on here. So for instance, if just a HFMA member that's not in leadership were to go out here, they would not see Leadership Connection because it's a private group. But you can go into any of the groups that are under all groups and request to be a member. There's some, like the open forum, you don't need to request membership, but you can just go ahead and explore those. But yeah, so it's just when you get to the community homepage, just go to all groups. So to see just your groups, under my groups, but to see anything that's available, go to all groups. Great question.
Yeah, and that is it for questions.
All right. Well, that must mean that everyone's ready to get quizzed. So that's perfect. So now that we have explored the community, let's test your knowledge. We will be using Mentimeter again, but this time we'll be doing a live competition. So if you're not still logged in to menti.com, please go ahead and do that now, and then use the code at the top of the screen. So you'll just go to menti.com and you will input code 449096. So now on your Menti screen, it will also ask you to input your name once I go to the next screen. And that's because there'll be a winner of the game. So we want to know who you are so we can give you a prize. So please make sure to put your name in when it prompts you to do that in a second. Once we start the quiz, each question will appear on your screen and you need to answer before the countdown ends. So similar to probably other games you may have played, the faster that you are in answering the question, the more points you'll get. So a wrong answer or no answer would give 0 points. And then after each question that we ask, there'll just be 5, we'll be showing you a leaderboard so that you can see who the top 10 players are. And then at the last, after the last quiz question, the final winner will be announced. So let us try out the Menti quiz. So now you guys will all have the option to join, and you get randomly assigned an avatar. So hopefully you got something fun. All right, I see we've got a fair number of people that have joined so far. So I will go ahead and start the quiz. All right, what is the name of the private community group for all chapter leaders? Is it Leadership Connection, HFMA chapter leaders, or Learning for Leaders? All right, 3, 2, 1. All right, good job. A lot of you got that right. Oh, look at that. I love the umbrella icon. That's fun. That's fitting for your neck of the woods today, Tracy.
Yes.
All right. Good job, everyone. So let's go on to the next question. What is the name of the private community group for program chairs and co-chairs? Is it Events Are Us, Education Programming, or Program Chairs, Co-Chairs Rock?
I think we should have had that program chairs, co-chairs.
I know. I should have made the quiz before we named the group.
Exactly.
I love it. All right, great job. All right, good job, everyone. Ooh, Jessica's still holding on to the lead.
Devin's right on her toes.
I see that, and I love the cat. I know you didn't pick it, Devin, but I love it. All right, next question. What is the name of the committee that supports chapter leaders in educational programming? The chapter advancement team, the regional executive council, or the association education committee? 3, 2, 1.
Let's see. Oh.
Ooh, we're narrowing it down a little bit. That's good. All right, association education committee is right. Look at all those. Hey, we have a new leader.
Yeah, that's awesome. So I do, you can go to the next one too, Brianna, I'll let you start it.
Okay.
I just wanted to mention that Minty is, there is a free version for this. Go ahead.
Yes. Where can you access documents and other resources within the community group? The library, discussion, or community home? So yes, like Tracy was mentioning, Mentimeter is a tool that we were exposed to, and we thought it was a really great interactive tool. Mentimeter, like you saw in the beginning slides, we have the ability to create just questions, that have the word clouds or questions, just fun questions. And then you also have the option to do these kind of competition quizzes. And there is a free version of Mentimeter. So just like there's a free version of Zoom, free version of a lot of tools, there are some restrictions, but for the most part, you can do everything that we've done today. The only thing that you really can't do if you have a free version is have a specific logo put on the slide, and then you can't have quite as many questions, but you can still have up to 5, I believe. So it's a really great tool.
Let's see. Mike needs a beer, Rossi. I love it, Mike.
That's great.
Ooh, Abby.
Great job. And if you guys do have questions about Mentimeter or creating things in it, please reach out to us, because our goal in using these tools and bringing them to you is so that you know what's out there too, and so that we can kind of be the guinea pigs and show you what you can use. All right, let's go on to another question. Are community group members automatically opted in to receive notifications when a new document is posted to the library? Yes or no? Good job. Yes, you are not notified, or when a new document is posted, you are not notified. When a new discussion post is posted, you are notified unless you've opted out. All right, let's check out that leaderboard. All right, good job, Abby. Still holding out. And Mike, coming up right behind. All right. Are community group members automatically opted in to receive notifications when a new discussion is posted? Yes or no? See if you were paying attention. So the other nice thing about doing the quiz slides in Mentimeter is you can kind of keep the pace going. So all the quiz questions are timed and you can select the amount of time. Yes, great job, everyone. I think we might have a new leader. Hey. Great job. You get the confetti, Mike. All right, so watch your inbox, Mike. We'll be sending out a gift card to you, virtual gift card, of course.
Okay, that was great, Mike. Congratulations, underdog. I like it. Marci, if we were allowed to be in this, I think my name would have been Pete Needs Some Scotch. Sable.
Like it. I think that would be appropriate.
All right, so my notes are, all my warnings are coming up saying it's time for a joke. You ready, Marci?
Okay, I'm ready.
Okay, which baseball player loved fireplaces?
I don't know, Pete. Who?
Mickey Mantle. All right, we hope you enjoyed today's
episode. Like you, I think you belong on the leaderboard of dad jokes. Dad jokes, yeah.
There we go.
So everybody, as a reminder, you'll need to use different Zoom links to access each of the next 3 sessions. The link for the 11:15 session has been populated in the chat box. We will see you all back here soon for more of Pete's jokes. Well, those are later. Jason's next, but Pete's jokes will be later, so come back for those.
Thanks so much, guys.